What's up guys, welcome back to the ProMG Money channel, back again with another video, and today we're going to be speaking about saving versus investing. And I think the first thing that we need to do when discussing this topic is actually going over what each of these two things are. And I'm going to use some analogies in nature or things that are relatable to most people without thinking too much about the technical jargon and so on and so forth of these two different things. And if you didn't know, now you know they actually are different. There's a difference between saving and investing. Let's get into it. Okay, so I think let us start off with saving. I think we're all familiar, with animals who will, build up a storehouse or store whatever food that they can, for the winter, So while it's summer, while, the fruits and the vegetables and all the food that you can eat is there and available, you are consuming some as, the days go by, but you're also now beginning to store some of those things for winter, so that in winter, when those trees or those plants are not producing, the produce or the food for you to eat, you're then able to go back to your stores and eat from that. That is essentially what savings are. It is money, that you've taken in and you've put in a way that's going to help you maybe for a rainy day, maybe for when you want to buy something, rather than financing it and you save it just so that you have that lump sum of money. That's what saving is. It's taking money and you're putting it away for future use, whether it's for something that is happening or that's not going to happen. If you read Nicolette Mashile's book, she actually speaks quite a bit about having an emergency fund or an emergency savings fund, and she goes over several things that it needs to have. And one of the things that she says is that it needs to be accessible, and that's one of the core things about savings, that your savings shouldn't be hard to get access to. If it has a lot of admin and process that you need to go through in order for you to access your savings, maybe it's not a saving, maybe it falls into some of the other things. Maybe a negative about saving that I can maybe speak about now is that over a long period of time, savings actually erode the value of money. We all know that what you could buy with 10 rand today can't buy you the same thing tomorrow. It will be that same item will be 11, 12, 13 rand. That's inflation. Inflation eats away at your saved money, and that's kind of the negative about savings, is that when you're saving, the bank might offer you that good looking percentage, but in actual fact what the bank is giving you is actually a rate that is sort of not considering in inflation. If you actually do take into account inflation when they are giving you that percentage, you'll actually see that they're giving you actually a very, very low percentage. So saving, it's good when you have something specific that you're saving up for. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, and in a certain amount of time you'll get it done. Every month you're taking a bit of money, putting it away, saving it. That is what you would call savings. It's good for, exactly like I said, buying things, an emergency fund, but it's not an investment. Investing, on the other hand, now let's go back to the nature analogy. I don't know if animals do plant trees, but let's say us as humans, back in the day before we processed food, how we processed it, I think we did the same thing. That when we go out and harvest, some of what we'd harvest we'd eat immediately. Some of it we'd actually pickle it and store it and preserve it to make sure that it's available for us in the months where those crops, those fruits and vegetables are not available. That's the saving portion. Investing is when you actually take the fruit that you've gotten, take the seed from it, go and plant it and create a tree. That tree will then yield, let's say it was a peach, for example. You took the peach seed, you planted it, you worked on it, you cultivated it until it grew and became a peach tree. And now every summer when it's in season, you get peaches for the rest of your life. That is the same thing as investing, is that you take your money and you put it into something that then gives you something back. I'll emphasize that a bit more. That gives you something back. It puts money into your pocket. It shouldn't take out from your pocket. It should put money into your pocket. What do I mean by that? Let's say that you invest in a company like Pick n Pay. Not every month, let's say you have a lump sum of money, you take it, you invest it in Pick n Pay. There are two ways that investment that you've made can put money back into your pocket. Number one, capital appreciation. So that is if you bought Pick n Pay at 10 rand a share today and you sell it tomorrow at 15 rand a share. All of the shares that you got, you made a profit of 5 Rand on them, and that money is going back into your pocket. Capital depreciation. That's how money is being put back into your pocket. The other way is dividends. At the end of the financial year, Pick n Pay will say, hey, we made this amount of profit. What we're going to do with this profit is we're going to share it amongst you, all of our investors. So let's say that you were invested in Pick n Pay and you bought it at 10 Rand a share. And let's say that they say, okay, for everyone who earns a share, we are going to give you about what? 50 cents back in return. I think that's about a 5 cents. Is it 0. Yeah, it's a 0.5, not a 0.5, it's a 5% dividend yield if you're getting 50 cents for every 10 Rand of a share that you own. So what's happening is that in that period, or at the end of that financial year, Pick n Pay is taking its profits and sharing it with you. What's happening? Money is going back into your pocket. Meanwhile, while this is happening, you still hold on to that Pick n Pay share. Doesn't mean that because they've given you 50 cents, your relationship with them is over. No, you continue and you maintain that relationship with them, right? And the idea with investments is to get an investment that actually beats inflation. And like I said, inflation is basically the change in price of goods over a period of time. So like I said, maybe I've got this phone here. I bought this phone today for 1,000 Rand, but if I come back a year later, the same phone that does the exact same thing as the one from a year ago will be worth how much? 1,100 Rand. Has anything changed about the phone? No, but the value of the phone, or the value of the money that it takes to get this phone or to be able to attain this phone, has changed, and that's inflation. And you can actually Google and actually check how much CPI inflation is for the specific country or region where you are. I'm reluctant to say it because I once said it, made a mistake, and it became a whole big thing. But essentially, your investment needs to beat inflation. If it's not beating inflation, I wouldn't really call it an investment. And how do you know that it's gonna beat inflation? You don't. You're somewhat speculating, but you're taking an educated guess. You're not gambling. You're looking at a company. You're deciding whether you like the company, what's good or bad about it, and then choosing to invest in that company. If you don't know how to invest, or you'd like to see how to get started investing, just click in the box up there to a video where I actually explain how you can get started investing in 2021. So basically, those are the two differences between investing and saving. Saving doesn't necessarily grow or build your money, but it's good for when you want to make a good purchase or for an emergency. Investing is when you take your money and you make it make money back for you. I always use the analogy of money trees. Investing is taking your money and planting money trees, with the expectation that some time from there, you'll start to receive money back into your pockets, hopefully over time. The bigger and the better the money tree, the more money you'll get over a long period of time. And I have actually created a video saying different types of investments in South Africa. You can maybe take a look at that just up there in the card for you to see the different types of things that you can invest in. Savings are not bad, savings are good, they serve a purpose, they are there for you, but really you should be focusing on investments. And if you do really like investments, I suggest maybe subscribe to the channel. We speak a lot about investing specifically from a South African perspective. I show you a lot of easy ways to invest. I show you a lot of ways to get started in investing, because really it is a jungle out there. Most of us don't know what we're doing, and that's what this channel is actually surrounded on. So if I were you, I would maybe subscribe, I would like this video, and I would maybe share it to 1 or 2 people who you think are also interested in investing. And with that, I'm just going to close off by saying I do have a 50,000 Rand giveaway. Yes, 50,000 Rand giveaway that I'm doing for each and every one of you who is my subscribers. The only caveat is that we need to make sure that this channel gets to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If we get that, one lucky person will get 50,000 Rand towards their investment account, which in reality they can do anything with. I'm just going to take it, deposit it to their investment account. They can withdraw it immediately. They can invest it. They can do whatever they want to do. All I'm saying is that one lucky person is going to get that 50,000 Rand if we reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if I were you, I would get to subscribing just to make sure that I stand a chance to win that money. Anyway, it's been your boy, Prem Jimani. Hope you're having a good one. See you in the next video.